In the movie Memoirs of a Geisha, it's about a girl named Chio who's from a fishing village, and she's sold to a geisha house, which is another word for prostitute, and she is forced to live the lifestyle of a geisha girl for the better part of her childhood. She comes from not a very wealthy family, and her dad sold her strictly for money, and this represents that in Asian society that women are not as great as men because a man would never be sold to a geisha house in Asian society because geishas are women. It's another word for prostitute, like I said. And over the course of the movie, the Hatsumo Geisha House, which is the head geisha house in the movie, they get jealous of Chio's beauty and they wish she was kind of in her geisha house. And this represents jealousy. It's like almost geisha's like a sport, and how like you want the best athletes on your team, you want the best girls to be your prostitutes, I guess, in kind of a sick, demented way. But other than that, this movie represents a lot of the dark because this is takes place right before World War II and has World War II starting in Japan. And over the movie, you see people die and people like when geishas try and leave and break free so they can move up in class. They flee to the cities, but since as she gets older, the World War II starts, and a lot of the geishas that fled to the city get killed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki when the atom bombs drop. But Chio never was able to flee to the city. She ends up marrying a chairman who she's had a crush on throughout the movie. And it's one of those cliche movies where she gets the guy she always has loved since like the beginning of the movie, and the guy like her goal in the movie is to marry this guy. So in that cognitive effect, it's about how there is fairy tale endings even in dark movies like this, and that's pretty much Memoirs of a Geisha.